Welcome back. You are with Face the Election. This is the segment where we focus on the key battleground states. Tonight, our focus on the state of Tamil Nadu. And no state gets bigger than this in election 2009. The state has 39 seats. Let's get straight into our election war room with Yogendra Yadav. Okay, the first big question, why is Tamil Nadu so important in this election? And let's look at that. In 2004, the UPA swept this state with 39 seats at Pondicherry and they won all 40. All 40 seats went to the UPA. So big state for the UPA. It's the state which is seen to be most sensitive to massive swings, moves one way or the other. So you could have landslide victories in a state like Tamil Nadu. Several union ministers from the state, Chidambaram, Balu, Manishankar Iyer, Raja, several states, they dominated the last UPA government. And of course, Jayalalitha's comeback dependent on results. She's itching to get back to power in Tamil Nadu. She needs a victory at this stage. Yogendra, how big is Tamil Nadu? We are discussing swing state every night, but it appears that Tamil Nadu in this election is really the swing state that could affect the final outcome just as it did in 2004.
Your weight in the final outcome doesn't depend on how many seats you have, but how many seats can change hands. And in that sense, the 40 seats of Tamil Nadu, because all of them can change, contributes not just 10% of Lok Sabha, actually contribute about, say, 1/3 of the actual change that takes place. That's why Tamil Nadu for the last 15 years has been so important in the formation of every government since 1996.
Why is it that Tamil Nadu changes in these dramatic fashions? Governments are voted out in other states as well, or even in Lok Sabha elections you see major victories, but not in the landslide manner that Tamil Nadu does see. Why is it that Tamil Nadu among all states sees these landslide victories?
One, because there are two formations which have solid 30% votes with them. Second, the entire state is homogenized. There are no deep pockets which are somewhat resisting any other swing. There are no sharp political regions. So, on top of that 30, the moment you add a few, and you are ahead of the other, even by 4 or 5 points, you tend to take the entire state.
So because you're a two major alliance formation state, the DMK itself with about 30%, AIADMK with 30%, then any accretion that comes to you enables you to sweep the entire state. And it's almost a uniform swing across the state.
Earlier, it used to be Congress. Whichever side Congress went to, they would sweep. Later on, of course, Congress itself declined. Congress is much smaller, and now that role is being played by several smaller parties. So whoever cobbles up a decent coalition and has a bit of popularity going their way, they can completely sweep the state.
Okay, that's interesting, the points you're making. Let's just for a moment, because numbers are important in the case of Tamil Nadu, let's have a look at vote share and vote change and what happened in Tamil Nadu in 2004. At least the votes, how did the seats of Tamil Nadu fare?
2004 was that famous example. 57% to UPA and 35% to AIADMK-led alliance. 22% gap because both the alliance and popularity happened to favor the DMK.
So you're saying 57% in 2001, as much as that went to the DMK-led alliance and 35% to AIADMK. So the gap was a whopping 22%. It was a landslide.
Come only to 2006, only 2 years later, it's an assembly election, the gap between the two alliances is reduced only to 5%.
The DMK-led alliance is 45%, the AIADMK alliance is 40%.
AIADMK's alliance is slightly smarter because MDMK has shifted to them by then, and AIADMK government was not very unpopular. It's a point worth remembering, and that's why 2004 is no longer the starting point of our discussion today. 2006 has to be a realistic starting point.
Okay, that's interesting. Let's have a look at Karunanidhi's grand alliance in the Lok Sabha in 2004. The point you're making, the DMK allies in that election of 2004 were Congress, Vaiko's MDMK, the PMK of Dr. Ramadas, the CPI, the CPM. It was as broad as possible. And the AIADMK alliance was basically Jayalalitha and the BJP, no contest.
That's right.